What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today we have episode 24 of this series, Trading Supply and Demand for a Living, where I'm going to be breaking down a Nasdaq demand setup that I took today, and I ended up making $800. So before we get started, let me remind you to follow me on Instagram, guys. If you have any questions about the strategy or anything, you can also DM me. I answer every DM. And if you are interested in joining the Discord, I have a lot of you asking me for a Discord. The link is in the description. It's the first link in the description. It's a Launchpass link. You guys can join through that website. All right. So with that being said, let's just get started with the video of today. So Nasdaq was actually the second setup that I took today. Let me show you the account as well, which right now is sitting at $52,800. Yesterday we had it at $52,400. I lost the first trade today on gold, which the account went down to 52,000, and then I took a Nasdaq win and I made $800 covering the loss on gold and then making profits as well for the day. So let me break down briefly the gold trade that I took today, which was this one over here. When I woke up at around 7:30, 7:40, I saw that gold was super bullish for London session. We also had all the EMAs in confluence, and we have been breaking highs for the London session. The London session was just breaking highs. So overall, gold was super bullish for the day, so I was liking gold for buys. All right. Then when I zoomed in a little bit on the 5-minute chart, I saw that we had a break of structure of these highs. After some consolidation, gold had a break of structure here on this push. It broke the previous highs that we had on that consolidation phase, and it left a demand over here. So this was the demand that gold left at that moment before making the higher high. When I also looked at the 1 hour short, I saw that we have a clear level over here that gold likes to retest at around 25, so $2,525, and we're just sitting right here right now. So I ain't gonna lie, my main target for the day was probably somewhere above here for gold. So that's why I was, even though we was high, I was still taking a demand setup. And also we have a fresh break of structure right here, fresh break of highs on the 5-minute chart. So the setup was looking good, the setup wasn't looking bad. It tapped over here, never gave the entry, it's just consolidated. As you guys can see, this candle high didn't break, this one neither, this one neither. And then right here at 7:25, we had that candle which gave the entry. My entry signal is the candle break, so I took a chance on it. I sent it to a signals group. I was just aiming for a 1-to-1 on this trade, because we're super high, so I don't really want to leave many runners. I'm just going based on the EMAs. We have the 13 right there. We're sitting above the 13 EMA. We have a fresh break of structure. We have been looking bullish, breaking highs on higher time frames, so I'm going with the trend. And gold just started pushing back up right here. I was in profits for a little bit, and then it just literally reversed. And when it reversed, I ended up closing like around here in this area. So you guys know that I like to cut my losses early. So after we push over here on gold to the upside, and we are creating bullish candles, and we broke this high, and then this bullish candle also broke the previous high of this bullish candle, there is no reason for gold to start coming back down and breaking this low, and also breaking below the 13 EMA as well. So whenever I saw that gold broke this low over here, I ended up making the decision of getting out of the trade right here. I ain't gonna lie, I was giving it a little bit of breathing room. Like, I wanted to see if it was going to break this low, but also if it was going to break the low of this candle. So I knew my room to cut the loss was like right here, if I have my stop loss set up right here, down here. So that was my room to cut the loss, and I ended up closing like right here. As soon as I saw it that it was getting close to that previous week of this first green candle, I ended up closing the trade, and it was a $400 loss on gold. And then I stayed watching the markets, and we had this setup on Nasdaq. Now, I know that some of you took SPX, and some of you were asking me in the DMs, why did I take Nasdaq and why didn't I take SPX? I'm going to explain it very briefly. The signals group, I explained this, but I'm going to explain it here in the video for you guys to understand as well. If you guys can take a look at Nasdaq, yes, we have been consolidating over here. We have gaps to the upside, but the main thing that I'm looking on Nasdaq is that we broke these highs. We broke this high over here. We broke this high over here, but mainly overall, we broke this high over here on Nasdaq. So if I put a line, you guys can see that this wick on that red candle went above the previous high that we had on Nasdaq. So that's a new major higher high, because this is a major high. Like, if you go to the 50-minute chart, for example, you guys can see on the 50-minute, that's the clear high right here. Yes, these are minor highs on the chart, but this is the highest one, like the main one. All right. And also if we go to like the 1 hour, you guys can clearly see it right there. We have minor highs on the 1 hour chart, but we have the main height over here. And Nasdaq broke above it. So when I saw that it broke above it, I'm like, okay, I like this one. The difference between Nasdaq and SPX is that SPX didn't break that high. So this is the main high on SPX. Yes, we broke the minor highs, but we created the demand without breaking the high over here, the main high. So that's why I ended up going for Nasdaq and not SPX. So that's a tip for you guys on how to decide on which setup to take. Just use this process of elimination on which one is looking better. So I just waited for a retest of this level. This didn't have a 15-minute confluence or anything. I waited for the pullback and tap of the zone. It ended up tapping the zone, and then I sent the signal when it was like coming down, like over here. I sent the signal to the signals group, and then once it tapped, we was just waiting for an entry right there, and we was aiming for a one-to-one. So I also like that we had the 13 EMA right here inside the zone. The EMAs were not the best. Again, I like to see the 13, the 50, and the 200 at the bottom. In this case, we had the 13, the 200 in the middle, and the 50 at the bottom. But that's okay because I know that we're going with a trend. We are breaking structure, and for me, the most important factor is the break of structure. If we break structure and the EMAs are not looking the best, I don't care. I'm still going to take the setup with confidence because break of structure is what really really signaling me to take a trade on that direction. So sorry for a second, my webcam is froze. I need to buy a new camera, man. I'm so tired of this bullshit, to be honest. But anyways, the break of structure is the main thing that I'm looking at. The EMAs, I use them as confluence. If we have some in the zone, great. If we don't have any, then I can probably still take it based on the bullish or bearish momentum that we are having on the market. So in this case, we did have one. We never tapped the 13 EMA, but yeah, I still took the trade without an EMA being tapped. So the next candle formed, it was a bullish candle. I like that we didn't close any candles inside the zone. So now my new entry was right here, and my new TP was going to be the one-to-one, literally right here. And then the next candle, Nasdaq, was literally just a push to the upside, like extremely bullish. This was looking good for runners, this trade, but I just closed at a one-to-one because I was already coming from a loss. So I'm trying to cover the loss and also make some profits. I don't want to run the risk of like, okay, I'm going to leave some runners and then it comes back to break even, stops me out, and I just end the day with a break even and a loss. I don't want that. If by the time that I hit my TP, I'm already up $800, I already covered my $400 loss, and I'm up $400 for the day, I'm closing. I'm closing shop. I'm closing the trade because I'm already up for the day and I already covered my loss. If by the time that we get to TP, I'm only up $500, then definitely I'm trying to hold a little bit longer because $500 is just covering my first loss of 400. I'm just making 100 for the day. I don't want that, so I'm going to be holding for a little bit more. But in this case, I was up 800, so I didn't have to hold the trade for any longer. And it is also NFP week with a holiday on Monday that we had, so I'm not trying to hold any trades for sure. I just ended up closing full at a one-to-one, and yep, I just enjoyed my day, and I shared it over here on the Instagram stories. This was a gold trade that lost, and then we had this Nasdaq trade that won right here. I shared that with you guys on Instagram as soon as I was taking it and closing the trade right there live with you guys. So yeah, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and if you want to join the Discord and take the trades with me, make sure to click the first link in the description. With that being said, I'll see you all guys in the next video. Take care.